Hi, I'm Chloe from Chloe Reader's Meet, and I'm here to talk about my PDA for PDA Awareness Day. And the thing is about my PDA is it can make my life actually quite stressful. And I thought I'd make this video because you never really see the behind the scenes of my life. You just see, hi, it's Chloe from Chloe Reader's Meet. I'm always happy. That's all you see. That you never see me sad, stressed. You don't see any of that, so I thought I'd talk about it a bit today. So the thing is that not only do I get stressed, I have to learn to cope with that, and I'm going to show you all the ways I can cope. So first off, my mum runs classes, and I'm home educated. Most of you know that, but if you don't, then you're new. Hi, I'm home educated. School didn't work out for me for many reasons, and I don't really like to talk about it because it makes me quite stressed and anxious and quite sad. So let's stop talking about the bad stuff and let's start talking about the good stuff. So, I usually go to the classes that my mum runs, and they're nothing like school. And she sets up mindfulness classes with calm colouring in and sewing and nice activities, which I can do with my friends, all of my home ed friends. And she runs it locally, or somewhere we can get on the train. So then we can get there easily, and it's quite free. And the good thing about being home educated is you're not always like, oh, I only have these 2 days free. Every day is free, except for the days you go when you organise stuff, then it's kind of busy. But it's just the perfect amount of days, and I can choose when I go to places. When I'm stressed, I don't have to do much. I can just sit down and relax, and I can go out for a walk whenever I like. It's just really nice and calm. And whenever I'm stressed, to the point where I can't cope, this is what I have. I have sensory toys to help me, and there's a handful of these which are just for me when I get very bored, because they do take my brain to work around a bit, but that helps me when I'm bored. So these things is a little maze with beads. It's pretty easy to understand what you gotta do. And there's this thing, which you've got to move around and try and make them by tossing them around. So it's like a sliding puzzle. It's a bit stiff right now. So I've been fiddling around with that, and I've made 2 rows so far. Go me! That does take a while, but it helps get my brain working and stops me from getting ticky and getting stressed and anxious because I have nothing to do. My brain's like this. If I don't have anything to do, my body will make something to do by getting stressed and mean and anxious and annoyed. So that's not good. So this helps calm me down. And then there's things like these, which are just for just calming me down when I get stressed. And this one's actually, I recently got one, it's really cool. And I just like to watch that. Also this thing, like a little, it's a timer, but it looks so satisfying. I could watch this for hours. And this thing's good just to fiddle around with, and I make weird shapes. And this, it's just a squishy burger, there's nothing much to it. And then we have the rest of the sensory toys, which this one's a nice weight, and I can like hold it and stretch out, and it's really nice. It's meant to be for exercising, but it's just nice, I like weighted things. So that calms me down. I do like a lot of pressure also, that calms me down too. This thing is a dish scrubber, but it feels really nice, and I just like to rub it and it feels good. So yes, we do repurpose a lot of things for sensory toys. This thing's just stretchy and squishy, and this thing is like a little controller, and it has lots of gadgets, and this button is really hard to press for some reason, but that's just a little clicky button thing, which also helps just let me calm down, stimulate me. So those are some, yes you heard me, some of my sensory toys. There's a big chest over there and some downstairs. I do have quite a lot of them for different reasons, and some of them I haven't seen for quite a while because so many. And now, the other thing that I haven't started yet, but my mum's kindly enough to buy it for me, is some books. Help me calm down, and they're not reading books. They're things to fill out and help you cope with and tell you what to do, or guide you what to do, because it's not telling you to do anything, it's guiding you into the right situation for what to do if you feel really stressed. And me and my mum is going to do some of those later, hopefully. And that is all of the stuff I have. I do have more books as well. I also have lots of teddies and nice things to fiddle with. So those are some of the things that I use to help calm me down. Now the next thing that helps calm me down is the people I know. The person that's with me all of the time, almost 24/7, except for when I leave the room for like 5-10 minutes, which very rarely happens, is my mum. She is part of my life, and I think I've only spent around, I don't know, in my lifetime, I think I've spent only around a month without her in my whole lifetime. The rest of it she's been there, which is very long time, very short time actually, but that's well over educated. When I was in school I hated it. The main reason because I'm not with my mum. So my mum is a very big part of my life, and she helps me, she understands me the most. She's the one who actually got me here in the first place. You wouldn't have seen Chloe Meet Me if I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. And I wouldn't be home educated if it wasn't for her. And I wouldn't have such lovely friends if it wasn't for her. She's just the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I think it's the best thing that ever will. And then the other things are, the other people are my friends. And I have such close friends and family. And family! Sorry, Dad. You're not in the list. No, you are, don't worry. My friends and family also help me too. But I have a lot of close friends. I usually call most of them my best friends. I have so many best friends. But all of them are my best friends. All of the people that I've seen more than once in classes of friends is a best friend. If I've only seen them once in classes of friends, then they're just friends. So yes, if I've seen you more than twice, you're a best friend. So I have a lot of best friends, and they're so nice to me, and they get me, and we get each other. Some of them have PDA and autism, some of them have ADHD, some of them most of them are on the spectrum, some of them haven't been diagnosed, and some of them are not, but we all get each other and they all get me, which is very, very good. So there's all different types of people, and I've got tons of friends and tons of people, they're all different too. I bet you'll never ever find someone with PDA or autism that is exactly the same or has the same needs as another person. I bet you. That's the great thing about us, is we're so different. Everything's different. And the spectrum is kind of a bit off in some places, because they say there's either these people, or these people in the middle. Nowhere else. What about these sides? And I think that personally it should be just, this is when they get easily stressed, not so easily stressed, and then personality somewhere else. But they put it in the spectrum, which I think is kind of weird. So, but actually, if you think about it, I'm getting a bit off topic here, but we're kind of like pick and mix sweeties. You get a bit of this and that. Just chuck them into a bowl and then you get a Chloe. That's the best diagnosis I could purchase. Grab a pick and mix, mix them in a tub, and you get a Chloe. That we're pick and mix sweets now. It's gone from I don't like spectrums to a pick and mix sweets. I've got a bit off topic. Back to the centre now. So I have another friend, which is called Callum, and he is amazing. He understands me so well. I understand him so well. Most of the time, except when I'm stressed. But we are very, very close friends, and he's amazing. And he also has a lot of sleepovers in our house, and we see each other as much as we can. But right now he's doing his exam, which means we can't see each other as much, which is kind of sad, because we used to see each other like 3-4 times a week, which is a little bit excessive for some people, but we're very close friends, so we do see each other quite a lot. But since he's doing his exam, I'm seeing him once a week and sometimes no times, which is kind of making me a little sad. But luckily I have so many friends. I wish I had all my friends in my room, and then the amount of friends I have, it'll probably fill up this whole room with friends. Like a big friend hug. And I have so many friends that I can see, and I'm seeing my friends today actually as well. And I'm seeing my friends on Friday too, and most Friday. I just see everyone. I see everyone so regularly that it's kind of hard to miss them because it's like, whenever I say I miss someone, I don't really mean I miss them. I mean I haven't seen you for one day, so I miss you. I can't. If I didn't have my friends in my life, I would be very depressed. And to be honest, I struggle even waiting. If I don't see one of my friends for like a month, I feel I really miss them, and I do tons of things for them. So when they're back, I'm like, look what I did! Just to finish with the friend talk here, I don't know what I'd do without them, and they're a big part of my life. If it helps. And whenever they're there, it helps me just do things, and it's just nice to be part of like a group. Like one big happy family. Except not, because I don't see them all like every day. It's like one big happy friend group, which is exactly what we are. Next topic. Other methods that I cope with. I do crafting. I do a lot of crafting. Anytime I see a few bits of paper and everything, I'm like, if I get scissors, glue, paper, tissue paper, I'll just be like, and I'll make like the Eiffel Tower or something out of a million things. I just make this massive thing, and it just helps me focus. Not that I'm focusing on the thing I'm meant to be focusing on, I'm just focusing on making what I want to make, which does happen, and sometimes I make things that are completely random and completely weird. You cannot use them again, I just do it because I can, which can be a waste of craft materials, but I do it anyway. I just grab some bits and I have an idea in my head, just like, idea, make the thing, idea, make the thing, wait a second, I have two things, idea, and then that goes on forever. And sometimes I'm like, I'll only be 5 minutes, I'm only gonna make a little thing. 2 hours later, nearly done, and then another hour later, nearly done. I do that a lot. I say nearly done whenever I don't want to be done, so then the person would wait there. I just kind of like shove them aside and be like, I'm going to do my own thing, but I'm going to make you feel like I'm actually listening to you. When I'm not, I'm just saying nearly done, so go. Still doing my thing. Which happens a lot when I'm on electronics and all that. I just say nearly done 5 minutes when it's actually an hour left. And when I say, oh, last video, I click to the next one and hope they never notice. So I also do things like that. And I am not ashamed. I actually am very ashamed. I don't know why I do it. I just get a bit too distracted and I have a plan, I guess. And I also love to read. Reading. Oh, I love to read. I have a book over there, a massive bookcase over there. And I just, as you can see, massive bookcase. I love to read, and it's not just that I like to read fiction. I like to read non-fiction. I like to read science books. I like to read any book that is from the human thing that is actually interesting. As long as it's interesting, I will read it. And if I had a book out right now, I'd be reading you all of the new know facts right now. Did you know? Did you know? And sometimes I don't actually take into the information. I just like reading them. I just read it and then it just like goes in one head and coming out the other. Sometimes I read but that's when I'm not concentrating. And I have to go over the book again the next day. But when I am concentrating, I take in all the information, and then the next day I'm like, this happened in my book, this happened in my book. So I just offload the information when I'm paying attention. Half the time when I upload the information, I forget about it after saying it. But that's the way of reading. Or is that just me? It's probably just me, but that's the way of Chloe reading. But that covers the reading and the crafts. So now I guess we've done the happy bit. I gotta kind of say about what happens when I get stressed and the things that I struggle to do, including this. Okay, I don't know if some of you noticed from some of my videos that I have a wobbly tooth, and I'm going to show you guys in a second, so if you don't like looking at wobbly teeth, look away for the next 10 seconds starting now. See this? It's extremely wobbly, and then I do this weird licky thing when I go. And I make all these clickies, and it's just so wobbly, and I have these tips with it, and if that tooth wasn't there, I wouldn't have to do any of these tips. But my brain thinks, I want to do that tick anyway, even though it hurts me, it's uncomfortable, or something along the lines, or it just looks weird. I do it anyway, and I don't wobble my tooth out because my brain just thinks, well, if you wobble your tooth, it won't hurt anymore, nothing bad has happened, and you won't have to do your ticks anymore. That's me thinking. And then the other side is like, if you wobble that tooth out, something bad's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen, but something bad will happen. And for some reason, the deciding bit of my brain up here is like, where should I go? And then the guy that's like, something bad's gonna happen, just grabs him and says, listen to me. Or something like that. And then my brain's just like, okay, don't wobble that tooth. And yeah, and then that's been in there for longer than it should have. I'm gonna wobble it this afternoon. Wobbled it. Done. And then I do that every single day, and it's just gonna get worse. And I'm 11, nearly 12, and that tooth's been wobbly for like 6 years. Now you shall see my problem. I've had two other ones that were extremely wobbly that was pulled out by the dentist. One of them was a nice experience and with a different dentist. The other one, let's just say I had a little, a very, very bad experience. And I had headaches after that, and it kind of put me like shock, and yeah, that was not good. I kind of had a few traumas, so I was like traumatized from that. But now I know I should probably wobble it out myself, which just doesn't get into the silly brain. And then there's other things like sleeping, which let's just say I lie in bed at 9, fall asleep at 12. And to say I'm going to go to bed when I never actually do, I just stay awake like this until it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I suddenly fall asleep and then get awake. And then because it's a day where I have to do art, I want to do the art because it's like, we've got an art class around this area that my mum set up. We have to wake up at 8 o'clock. But then I've only had like 8 hours sleep, so I'm tired because I didn't go to sleep in the first place. Most of the reasons why I'm in pain or if I'm stressed, I put them on myself. And I don't know why I do it. I wish there was like a correction thing and I could just go, correct. Just correct my brain or rewire it to actually work human functions. Or it's the same with eating. I don't eat. I am extremely thin. Luckily I'm alive. It's no medical problem. I just need to eat more. But my mum has to sit there and nag me to eat my pizza. Or if I have a cake, she'd have to nag me to eat my muffin or my chocolate bar. If my mum wasn't here again, I wouldn't eat. So she nags me and nags me and nags me. Half the time my food goes cold, but who doesn't love cold pizza? Okay. But yeah, people think, but it's pizza, but it's chocolate, why can't you eat it? And I think there's something in me that's just kind of saying, eat it, eat it, eat it. And then the other side is just going, don't eat it, Chloe. Don't eat it. don't eat it because it's demand now, because, and this side's don't eat it, and this side's saying, well, because my brain's saying eat it, I don't want to eat it. So this is my logic brain, it's saying eat it. And then this brain, because this brain's saying eat it, it doesn't want to eat it. Weird, I know. It's just like, oh, well, this is the thing that human logic wants me to do. Just because it's human logic, I'm not doing it. I know, I'm just going to procrastinate because that's all I can do. I do that a lot of the time. Ooh, I found a new thing to do. And I don't have to do the other thing because I found this thing. I mean, this thing should only take me 5 minutes, but if I push it enough, it'll take an hour, so I'll do this for the rest of the day. Don't worry, I'm going to do it in 5 minutes, 1 hour later. Don't worry! Again, with computer games and iPad, it just happens. My brain just thinks, oh, I can procrastinate with this and I don't have to do anything else. For instance, this is an emotional barrier. It's like a big package that is the things I need to do, for instance, my learning. And it's like, well, I could quite easily do that, but that would take my brain power. Or I could just do something a lot lighter on the other hand. But my mum says I can do the lighter thing as well for a little bit. So I'll just carry on doing the lighter bit thing until it's too late for me to actually do the thing I meant to do. Because it's so heavy, it's like, I can't be bothered to carry that. I'm going to carry something lighter and constantly carry that for the whole day until it's too late to do the heavy thing. When that actually ends up, my mum removing the lighter package, so then I have to actually do the heavy thing. For then my brain just thinks, what's easier than doing this? I know, I'll cry and have a meltdown. And then I do that and do that and do that, and then all that does is move the lighter package further and further away until it just completely disappears, and then I'm not able to have it whatsoever. And then my brain just kind of gives in. I carry the heavy package, and then it's all done. And then I can do the lighter package again, except from I've procrastinated so much that my mum's removed the lighter package from me for a long period of time, so then I have to do more of the heavy package or something else, which makes me very, very annoyed. But then that cycle continues because I put that on myself. You see a pattern? And I don't know why, but I don't think I can trust myself half the time. It's just like, so heavy. I'm going to carry something lighter and just procrastinate and procrastinate. Don't know why I do it. This video is going to be a long one, so the next thing, which is by far the worst anxiety I've ever had and always had since I was a baby, I think, because I can't actually stand being on my own in a room for that long. Unless I've got something like an iPad or something to completely, or like a book, to completely drown out everything around me. So if I manage to get into that zone where I forget I'm actually anywhere, that's the only time I can be on my own. And that's on my own with my mum or anything. Even when I go to the toilet, I'm like rushing in and out because I'm scared of being on my own. And even when I was like a baby, that still happened. I remember when I always cried whenever my mum was there. Whenever like my dad left the room, I'd cry until he'd come back in. It's just been there forever. I just don't like being on my own. Sometimes, and I also have lots of stresses and anxieties. Sometimes I'm scared of irrational things or rational things, but the point is that some of the things I don't want to say, and that's a big problem because, again, this is happening to me. So my brain's saying, if you tell them about this, then that worry will never ever happen, and then you'll feel a lot better. Then the other time my brain's saying, I'm going to hold it in just to make myself feel bad. Then they both argue like, but if you don't keep it in, then you'll get really, really stressed. And the other one's like, well, whatever. No one has to know my secrets. And then you just like, but if you tell your mum or your dad, they're not going to say your secrets and you're going to feel better. And this one's just going to be like, go. And then yeah, I don't say anything, which is really bad, and I think I should say something, but you can't say anything when it comes to me. Go. So that happens. And also my brain has a very big imagination, and let's just say sometimes it gets a little bit random. So some of my thoughts, I'm not going to say them because they're so random that I don't really think that it's understandable to the point. It's that random. And the thing is, but then when I'm on my own, I feel so stressed. Everything happens, it's just like irrational thoughts, dump. And then I get so stressed. Most of the time, I either say, hey, mum, 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 shout, to the point I cry if I can't hear her. And I'm like, mum, 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 and shout. Or the other one, and if I can't hear her for the next 5 seconds, to the point I'm crying, you will hear this, which is the sound of me running around the house as fast as I can to find someone. This video is getting kind of long, but that's just what happens. And it's stressful thinking about it, so I think I should round this up now. So, the thing is that that's just me, and there's nothing you can do to change me. No one can change me. But the thing is the good thing is my mum can help me, and the people around me can help me and guide me. Not stopping me from being me, helping me be me. More of me, less of my anxiety. And PDA and autism is me. It's a part of me. It's not just like something you could chuck in the corner and forget about. I hope some of my worries helped other people now too. It's just seeing the other side. If you guys know anyone with PDA or autism, please share this video with them and see if they can relate. Please subscribe to Chloe Meets Me. Like, comment, share.